This week is called Shabbos Nachamu. It's the Shabbos of comfort that we observe after the tragic day of Tisha B'Av, in which we lost our two temples. We mourn for so many things that are amiss in our lives. We sit on the floor, we cry. This is the Shabbos of comfort, named after the Haftorah we read after the Torah reading this coming Saturday. It's interesting when we think about it. Where is the comfort? Where can we go to for comfort? At the end of the day, we just observed another Tisha B'Av. We sat on the floor, we cried. Missiles recently were falling on our brothers and sisters in Israel. There's suffering in this world. There's injustice. Things are not anywhere near where they should be. We live in a shattered, divided, broken world. Where do we go to for comfort? How can we take comfort right now, today, in 2022, when once again, unfortunately, Mashiach is not yet here? I think that there's a very powerful passage of Talmud at the end of Maseches Makos, where after the temple, Rabbi Akiva and his friends are walking on Mount Scopus, near where Hebrew University is, my alma mater. And they go there and they look out onto the Temple Mount, where you have a very clear view. And everyone's crying. They see a fox walking where the Holy of Holies was. Everyone's crying. That was a place where only the high priest could go one day a year on Yom Kippur. And now there's a fox desecrating it. Everyone's crying except Rabbi Akiva, who's laughing. And his colleagues ask him, Rabbi Akiva, why are you laughing? And he says, why are you crying? And they're like, why are we crying? I'll tell you why we're crying. We're crying because in the holiest place we have, where only the high priest could go once a year, now a fox is treading. That's why we're crying. Why are you laughing? And Rabbi Akiva said, the reason I'm laughing is because the destruction of our temple was predicted by our prophets. And we've seen in our own lifetime it become true. Their prophecies ring true. And until that happened, I wasn't really sure, but we see it's become true. And there's a connection of those prophecies to other prophecies, that the same prophets that our prophets made. And those prophecies were that there will once again be a rebuilding. There will be a rejuvenation. One day in Jerusalem, which lay desolate, there will be old people sitting with young people in the city streets laughing. There will be people playing there. There will be people coming back. There will be life once again. There will be a rebuilding. That's why I'm laughing. The rabbis looked at him and they said, Akiva nichamtanu, Akiva nichamtanu, Akiva, you've comforted us, Akiva, you've comforted us. I think that although we still await the ultimate rebuilding of Jerusalem and the temple, we can take comfort in the fact that we're still here as a people, just like God promised we'd be. I encourage you to read the Parsha this week. You'll see how it says that the Jews will always remain scattered amongst the nations. They'll remain few in number. Things that shouldn't really make sense. By now we should be in the millions and millions of people, population-wise. But the Torah predicted we'd remain few. We've remained scattered. By all accounts, a nation that is kicked out of its homeland and is scattered about doesn't endure. They assimilate out of existence, or they become, massacred out of existence. Things happen. And yet here we are. Everything we've been through, we're still here. That to me is the greatest comfort. We're still here after all these years. We're still here, and we're looking forward to move forward, please God, with the building of the Beis HaMikdash. Should be speedily and soon. We should see the full realization of the prophecies. Just like Rabbi Akiva saw the negative, we in our lifetime should be privileged to see the positive fulfillment of the prophecies.